Time to finally build that God Squad. Stay frosty and head to buymaddencoins.com for the cheapest, fastest, and most reliable MUT coins on the market. I'll even help you shave off a few bucks. Use code DIRECTOR at checkout for 20% off. Hey Yoda brothers! What's up, dude? It's the Director. How's everybody doing today? Live stream on YouTube for the Star Wars Day Director Birthday Hot Special. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Shout out. Shout out. Drum Monkey says, why haven't you checked Facebook Messenger? It's been crazy today. It's been a crazy day already. Since the moment I woke up, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Julian Bolt, what's going on, man? Huffman, what's going on? We got Nova So Smooth, Jackson Post, Carlton Haskins, 1JA fan. What's going on, everybody? Luke Strawman, what's going on, dude? David Barber, lots and lots of love here in the chat today, guys. What's going on, everybody? How's the stream looking and everything? The internet out here has been crazy. We got some of the best internet you can get in the area, and it's still dropping frames and stuff like that. So you guys keep me updated. You let me know what's going on in the stream, and I'll see what I can do out here in headquarters at the studio. Everybody with the happy birthdays, guys. Thank you so much, man. Everybody out there, thank you so much. Star Wars Day / the director's birthday. I mean, God put me on this planet to be one thing. It was gonna be a Star Wars fan / Chargers fan / Madden fan. You feel me? Should be a good one here today. Cheers from Mexico. There's Peralata. Thank you guys so much, Carson Curry. Cool Lion, everybody in the chat, guys. Thank you so much. Everyone, the crown and the birthday cakes. Really appreciate it. May the 4th be with you all in the chat as well. Chargers fan for life. Well, guys, this is kind of like my opportunity or your opportunity to ask me some questions. This is going to be a live Q&A session with you guys and me, and kind of just going over like pretty much anything. Star Wars, Madden football, Chargers football. Just kind of an opportunity for me to get a one-on-one with you guys here on the channel on the birthday stream. Because, you know, honestly, when everything went down, you know, with the pandemic and everything like that, honestly, I was kind of freaked out because a lot of you guys know my situation. I got laid off like a lot of other people out there in the country, in the world. And I decided to turn to YouTube as maybe as the future of what I need to be doing, what I should be in, the area I should be in. And it's something I've talked about and I've thought about for a very long time. And it seemed like a place I would be really happy. And honestly, I really am. And I owe that guy to you guys in the chat. And it's been an awesome journey. It's been so much hard work since it's been a couple of months now, like so much work. But it's all been worth it, and I'm super excited to see what the future holds and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start looking at the chat here, highlighting some questions and stuff like that. You guys go ahead and ask me anything, and we'll address it here on the chat together. Stormtrooper in the background never seemed so appropriate, right, sir? I actually built that thing when I was 15. I made that Stormtrooper costume from PVC, a vacuum form machine and stuff like that. We used it for charity work. Back in the day, I'd go out with a group called the 501st. We'd visit kids in the hospital and stuff like that, raising money for different, you know, illnesses and very noble causes and stuff like that. And Make-A-Wish, we were a part of that for a long time too. At work, at art homework, nice. Are you going to be playing Madden? I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm just kind of feeling it. I'm just kind of, you know, going with the flow, talking to you guys. We'll see what we want to do. Star Wars Day, big for me since I get so many Skywalker texts today. Okay. Where's Cam going? I don't know, man. I think Cam, at this point, his best move is to probably sit and wait for a quarterback needy team, either at the beginning or the middle of the season. May the 4th be with you. Let's keep going through these here. Does EA have the rights to Jeremy Shockey again this year? I don't know, dude. There's a couple of guys I'm hoping next year we get the rights back to, including the guy behind me, one of the best Chargers to ever play, one of the best football players to ever play in the NFL, LaDainian Tomlinson. I want him back in the game for sure. Is there a chance LA lands Cam Newton? I think it's a very small chance. At this point, I like our plan. Let's stick to our quarterbacks we got now, develop Justin Herbert. Maybe we could get Cam still, but I think it's leaning towards maybe we just go with the guys we got. Let's see. All Sith are Chargers fans. I'll take it, man. The rule of 2, because there's so few of us. Let me go down here. How do you feel about the new Sean Phillips? You know, I still do have the game open, so I can kind of show you guys what I'm looking at here. Sean Phillips should be getting a 98 overall tomorrow, so the Chargers theme team should get an updated video here really soon, trying to feature Sean Phillips as maybe one of my pass rushers. He should be pretty nice. Do you think Eckler will have a great year this year? I think he will. I think he's going to be utilized a lot like Christian McCaffrey. I think, you know, especially if we got Cam, but I think we're moving towards a scheme that's very mobile, you know, dumping off to the quarterback and, you know, hitting the flats a lot more, kind of West Coast style, you know what I mean? So it gives the quarterback room to run. I think that's what Anthony Lynn really wants. So I don't know, man. I think he's going to have a really good year. I think honestly, bold take, he's going to have way more passing reception yards than he's going to have on the ground, which is kind of insane. I love your content, man. Keep up. Best Sorts Chargers content. Hey, thank you so much, Luke Visor. Thank you, or Visor. You're really talented editing. Have potential to be huge in this. Mutt Force is awesome. You guys are a good team. Hey, thank you so much, Barbara. We're talking about Mutt Force. We'll come back with that soon enough. We're going through some transitional phases with Mutt Force, but me and Chub Monkey still think you guys got nothing to worry about there. Favorite card art you've ever designed for Mutt Force? That one's really tough, dude. I think it's gonna be the animated card art I did with Austin Eckler. You guys remember that, the team of the year? I decided, like, how cool would it be if the background moved, if Austin Eckler, like, you know, busted into the card with, like, this, you know, energy waves and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. Funny enough, too, that if you want to find it, you can find it on Reddit as the highest upvoted post in Madden Ultimate Team Chargers Reddit history. So you just go there to the hottest post or something like that, most popular. It'll be the top one right there. I think Herbert can start week 10. I do think that as well. I think Herbert, there's a couple of things that can go on with him. I'll come back to that here in a minute. What do you think about the Chargers being the next Seahawks with great defense and young, great quarterback? Funny enough, I just read something about that, I think a couple of days ago. The Chargers are really moving into an area where I think that they can replicate what the Seahawks did with the Legion of Boom back in their Super Bowl run. We've got the young quarterback. I think honestly the defense is what impresses me most about our team right now, and it's very similar to what we saw in Seattle a couple of years back. And I think that honestly, if we continue adding pieces to that, because the biggest thing the Chargers got going for them right now is when we got a young, talented roster. Yes, a lot of free agents next year, but a lot of money to put towards keeping those guys, right? We are also on a very friendly quarterback cap situation. So Justin Herbert, we've seen a lot of teams, you know, transition into greatness because they had a window to build their team while they were on a rookie quarterback cap situation. So I like that quite a bit. I wanted to ask you what coverage you do use for out routes. I use cover 3, and then you have to guess pass for them to play that zone properly. The possible to okay, sorry guys. I'm trying to keep up with all these. I'll keep grabbing ones that I noticed in the chat out there. Lance Allworth and Junior Seau and Mutt would be so nice. I've been making card art for them for years, dude. I've been wanting them in the game so bad. I've been pushing, especially Lance Allworth. You know, Junior Seau, I understand the situation the NFL, maybe Madden and EA are in with the Seau family. Seau, honestly, Tomlinson's back there, one of my favorite players. I think Tomlinson really, there's two Chargers for me that stand out for me as a Chargers fan. Junior Seau, which is a hero of mine growing up, and then LaDainian Tomlinson when I started watching NFL football. I come from a background where my entire family doesn't watch NFL. We come from two different sides of the planet. You know, we got the Spanish side, and we've got the Islander side, the Kiwi side out in New Zealand. So they were really crazy about their soccer and their rugby. I was the only person in my family that watches NFL football. So Seau was kind of a big inspiration for me, and then Tomlinson, when I started getting into NFL football, was really just like, he hooked me in, man. Like, I was so excited to watch Chargers football every single week, and that's kind of where I decided to be a Chargers fan. That, and I went to San Diego quite a bit growing up. My auntie lived there, and we'd spend the summers in San Diego, so I really enjoyed my time out there. Decided that was going to be my team when I latched on to NFL football. What do you think is the best deep threat receiver in the league? And Mike Williams is your favorite? Deep threat wide receiver. I mean, I hate to throw any sort of praise towards the Chiefs, but I mean, that Tyreek Hill, man, he's really hard to stop. And then Mike Williams, dude, he really is one of my favorite Chargers on the team since he got drafted. I have the Mike Williams jersey. I posted this jersey when I got it, actually, on Twitter, and he retweeted it. It was like, hey, man, that's awesome. I was like, hey, that's so cool, man. We got some love for Mike Williams on Twitter. That's quite awesome. I'm liking our draft choices and more. How about you, Director? Very, very solid. Very, very solid. You guys can check out my video on my draft grades. I think I go over my thoughts pretty clearly on that video of what I thought about our draft, which was really, really nice. Do you think we can win with Tyrod or Herbert? I think either one. There's two things that might have happened. One, Anthony Lynn was throwing maybe some smoke screens saying that Tyrod's our guy so we can go get a quarterback, which happened. Or two, Tyrod is the real deal, and I support that, man. That'd be awesome if Tyrod went out there and, like, you know, as a journeyman, took us to the playoffs. You know, he's been to the playoffs before. Anything could happen. Do you think they'll come out with a new Deshaun Watson? That's one of my predictions for position heroes in Madden. I'll kind of shift. If you guys from the Chargers group don't know what I'm talking about, A lot of the cards and stuff like that are about Madden Ultimate Team. That's the other thing I cover here on the channel. So if you hear anything like that, that's what I'm referring to. What do you think about the Chargers trading for Fournette? It's interesting. We've got the cap to kind of make it work, but at the same time, I kind of like our in-house guys. Joshua Kelly, you guys go watch his highlights. Like, for what we're asking him to do, he's going to fit this scheme perfectly. Some people may say we reached for him. I think we kind of did. We maybe kind of could have gotten him, like, I don't know, like a round later. But for what he's designed to do in our offense, him and Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson are all going to, like, sync very beautifully. So I don't know if we necessarily need Leonard Fournette. How long have I been a Chargers fan? 2006, I think 2006 or 2008. It was around that time I was in high school. I started really getting into NFL football because I was around the culture more. You know, my friends in high school were really into NFL, and so I started watching football around that time. Didn't take me long to become a Chargers fan either. Love your content, card designs, big money from Germany. Thank you guys so much, dude. Morty's, thank you so much. Let me come down here to some of the newer ones, dudes. Let's see. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, man. Replace the Auburn logo with Alabama. That Auburn logo's up there because my wife is from Auburn, and her whole family is huge Auburn fans out in Alabama. And so every time I go down there, it's like all Auburn talk the entire trip. It's a lot of fun. The culture in Alabama is so cool, guys. I've never been to anything like it, man. It was so much fun. The football culture out there. I remember, fun story. The first time I went to Alabama to visit my wife's family, I'd never been to like a southern, church before. I've never been to like, that kind of ceremony before. And I remember walking in to the church house, and the first thing I saw on the wall was this huge projection screen and the image of Peyton Manning up on the screen. And they used him as kind of like, I don't know, a metaphor to talk about, their religious practices and stuff like that. And that made me smile ear to ear, man. I've never seen anything like that. It was so much fun. I love Alabama. All right, let me see if I can find some more questions up here. Do you think Joey Bosa will be better than Nick Bosa? Nick is a really good player. I think he's going to be one of the best, defensive ends in the league. But I think Joey Bosa is definitely proven. So as of right now, Nick Bosa is not as good as Joey Bosa, but anything could happen. They're both very talented. Very talented. Director for president! We'll see how far that goes. I just watched Tiger King, and now I feel like anyone who's crazy enough to do that. I won't even get into that, man. I just finished it last night. Had the Seau jersey when I was a kid. Used to live in California. Good player. Yeah, he's amazing. He's a hero, man. I love Junior. I grew up watching him, and he was kind of a hero. A lot of my family on the other side really liked him because he was Polynesian. And he kind of stood out, even though they weren't huge NFL players. You just kind of root for their success. And so watching him, he's just such a charismatic, happy person. And I try to envelop that. My personality, I take a lot from Junior Seau. He definitely was the kind of person you wanted to be around. He was uplifting. He was very, this is an appropriate time to talk about it too, because it's just a couple of days ago that we had the anniversary of his passing. You know what I mean? So Seau meant a lot to me, as a developing young person. I wanted to envelop the good human being he was. And I feel like, he lives on a lot of people that he influenced that way with. So, rest in peace, Junior Seau. And no one will ever forget you, man. He left his mark on football forever for multiple reasons. And for me, it was just becoming a better person. So rest in peace, Junior Seau. I'm not going to get emotional here on the stream. I'm not going to do it. But I love me some Junior Seau. What do you think of the New Orleans Saints? Just wondering, since I'm from there, like them as much as the Chargers. I've always rooted for the Saints ever since Drew Brees went to New Orleans. So when they were playing their Super Bowl, I was rooting for them pretty hardcore. Super happy for Drew Brees. I think they're a great team. The future of the Saints, I don't know, man. Like, after Drew Brees, you got to start thinking ahead. You know what I mean? So I don't know what their future holds. Are they going to go with Taysom Hill? Are they going to try and go maybe after Trevor Lawrence next year? They have to trade away everything to get him, but I think they're a smart organization. I think they'll be just fine. May the 4th be with you, Red Lobster. Cordell Stewart's my new web on my Bears theme team, new quarterback. There you go, dude. I've been hoping that we got Cordell Stewart sooner than later in Madden Ultimate Team, because you Bears fans deserve to have a good quarterback. It's been so long in Madden Ultimate Team since you guys had one, so good on you guys. Good on you guys. When will Mike Williams get an upgrade in Madden? I don't know if he's getting one this year, man. I've been rooting for him to get an upgrade. The only good card he's ever had was probably the year he was drafted. I remember his draft card was awesome. I'm hoping he gets a position hero or something soon. I'm such a huge Mike Williams fan, man. I hope he gets one soon. Ola from Vegas, bolt up, that says Ron Whaley. Thank you so much, man. Well, KJ Hill make an immediate impact. I think he's got some developing to do, but I think he's going to make an immediate impact from the slot. That's something the Chargers needed, was a solid slot receiver. Keenan could also play that position, but KJ Hill was born to play the slot. He's very, very good at it, so maybe I think he could be a star. Give him a couple years, and I think he's going to be awesome, especially in the new scheme that the Chargers are going into. He could be amazing, guys, so don't sleep on KJ Hill. He's going to be awesome. I got experience as a fan having a championship for my high school football team. First time in 2014 was 14. Nice, man. Peyton is the reason I'm a Colts fan. I love watching Peyton Manning growing up, dude. I was so sad when he moved to the Broncos because out where I'm from, there's so many Broncos fans out here. I mean, we get in tussles all the time. Raiders fans as well, and that's about to go up because, you know, Vegas isn't too far away from where I'm from either, so it's kind of hostile territory I'm repping the Chargers from. But never be afraid, dude. One funny story too, I've told this on a couple of videos a long time ago. My brother, again, my family isn't huge into the NFL, but he is very supportive and he knows that I love the Chargers, so I would take him with me to the bar every once in a while to watch Chargers football. And one day I asked him, I was like, hey, you want to wear a jersey? I got a whole bunch of extra jerseys. You want to rep one when we go to the bar? He's like, yeah, sure, man. And we decided to stop by to visit my grandmother on the way there, and she had this shop, you know, in this area. And I went inside to talk to her for a second. By the time I came back out, somebody had punched a hole through the window of my Jeep. And before you guys go crazy, I had a Jeep Wrangler, and the windows were made of some kind of plastic, you know, for off-roading. And I looked inside, and he had blood coming out of his mouth. He had like a chipped tooth and everything. I was like, what happened? And some guy came up to the window, socked him in the mouth, and said, you know, F the Chargers. And when he described him to me, he described his jersey, he sounded like a Raiders fan. So I was walking around the parking lot like, who the heck, who was coming after my brother, and stuff like that. We never found the guy. But that's the kind of area that we're living in. But it's a funny story now. We look back on it and laugh, but that's the kind of stuff you deal with out here being a Chargers fan. Love Sale, yes sir. Ghetto Love, yes sir. You think KJ is going to be a star? Yes. Is Derwin James the best safety in the league? I think he is. Go Chargers. Yes, Jason Garcia, I do think he's the best safety in the league just because of everything that he offers. He's the best safety. He's best. Funny enough, when Darius Leonard won Defensive Rookie of the Year, he won it because he had just so many tackles his rookie year, which was great. But if you look statistically, Derwin James played linebacker better than Darius Leonard. So it's kind of crazy that Derwin James didn't get Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he really deserved it, which is really kind of nuts to me. So yeah, Derwin James is going to be awesome. I'm waiting, guys. I'm hoping today's the day. I ordered the new jerseys for the day that they came out, and I'm still waiting for them to come in the mail. Some guys say they're not going to be here till October. I got a Color Rush, the new royal blue Derwin James. I got the new all navy with the outlined bolts of Joey Bosa, the 97. And then I also got a Justin Herbert, which I don't think that's going to be here for a while, but in the powder blue. So I'm just waiting. It was my birthday gift to me, and I was super excited. I can't wait for that to come in. You're going to see those in all the videos. And then I still want to get a Slayer. I still do want to get a Keenan Allen 13 in navy. I want to get a Kenneth Murray number 56 in powder blue. So I'm a huge jersey fanatic. I want to get as many as I can to wear them on the show and stuff like that. What's your prediction for our record? That's so tricky this year, man. That's such a huge question. I want to say 10-6. I think that would be awesome. You know, if we go in there with Tyrod and the new offense is great. But I think realistically, like somewhere around, 8-8 if you're trying to be safe. But optimistically, I think we go 10-6, man. Like, let's go, man. Bolt up. Will Bradley Chubb ever get a card? Maybe. Did he play much last year? I thought he got hurt or something like that. Some people asked me about that on the Position Heroes predictions. I was like, I think Bradley Chubb got hurt. Otherwise, I'd be considering him. How do you feel about Henry Ruggs III? I think he could be great. It's a tough situation out there in Vegas, but if I had to give a safe prediction, I'd say probably along the lines of John Ross. He'll be good, a good deep threat. He might take some time to develop, but he's fast. That's kind of what rules in the NFL right now. Waiting for my Justin Herbert jersey. It says to be here October 10th. I hope that's not the case. I've seen a lot of Chargers fans get their jerseys in the last couple of days, so I don't know. It's just kind of random right now. I think they put September and October just to play it safe. Which of the running backs from this year's class do you think will have the most immediate impact? Swift, I think, maybe. I think Swift is a pretty good running back. Clyde over there, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be really nasty on the Chiefs because they just know how to use him. So maybe him. I don't know. When do you think Alshon Jeffery gets his next upgrade? I don't know, man. He feels like one of those forgotten guys. Maybe with this new expansion of the Power Ups promo, they start giving guys that need upgrades that they don't want to actually make a card for. So he's probably eligible for that. Other than that, I'm not quite sure. I'm a Chargers fan from San Diego, or from San Fran, God help me. GG's and good luck out there, Nova. So smooth. That's a tough situation to be in with all those Niners fans. With Anthony Lynn focusing on the run, how do you feel about letting Derek Watt walk away? And what is your stance on fullbacks? Because Lorenzo Neal is one of my favorite players. Yeah, Lorenzo Neal, the combo of Lorenzo Neal and Tomlinson, I don't know if anyone will ever replicate that again. That was like the perfect pairing. They were so awesome together to watch. People didn't pay attention to fullbacks until Lorenzo Neal. You know what I mean? You feel me? So for us to let go of Derek Watt, it sucked, but I get it. I do think we should have kept him, though. I don't think he would have cost too much, and he was a great special teams player. So I hope whoever they get, they can come to, I don't know, it works at least as good as Derek Watt, because I do think fullbacks are important to Anthony Lynn. I think we should have one on the roster. NFL Stadium, you want to go for the first time the most? Obviously, the new Chargers Stadium. No one's ever been there yet. Funny, I don't know if I should say this because it's going to shock a lot of you guys, okay? Funny story about the director. Confession time with the director. I've never been to a Chargers game. All right, I come from a humble background. All right, money is an issue. I'm figuring to go out there this year to see him in the new stadium if it is open to the fans. With the pandemic and everything going on. But I've never been to a Chargers game. I've tried for years and years and years and just could never make it happen. I think this is going to be the first year I can go out in there and do it, especially since it pertains to what I'm doing here on the channel. Financially, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to try and get my butt out there this season. It's a big commitment, at least, in my situation. It's going to get better. It will get better, and I will get out to a Chargers game eventually. Yeah, man, I see all the Chargers fans in there. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I will get out there, though. I've been meaning to for years and years and years. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Eddie Jackson's best safety. No. The Chargers dark blue with the yellow outline bolts. So nice. Yeah, that's what I'm getting my jersey with. How do you feel about Antonio Gates retired? It really made me sad, man. That was, again, one of the things I grew up with. Rivers to Gates, Rivers to Gates, Rivers to Gates. That's going to be sad. We'll never see that again. But, I mean, he left a legacy behind, too, man. One of my favorite players of all time. I think my favorite championship game from high school varsity. Okay, good on you, man. Yeah, 49-42. Wow, that's high scored. Very good on you, man. Andrew Dang. Do you think we'll make the playoffs? It's possible we make the playoffs, man. It's possible we make the playoffs. Tyrod Taylor's done it before, and he could do it again. Maybe that's what Anthony Lynn sees in him. But I do think we're a bigger threat in the next 2 to 3 years. I think we're going to develop into one of those, again, Seattle Seahawks championship run style teams in the next couple of years. I do think so. Do you want Herbert to start immediately or learn behind Tyrod? I think there's a middle ground that I want him to exist in. I think that we should let him sit as long as we can. But we also live in a world where you need to win football games. Anthony Lynn's butt could be in the hot seat this year. You never know. I don't know what the Chargers are thinking, when it comes to Anthony Lynn. So they need to win football games. If Tyrod starts to decline or he has like a 2 to 3 game bad playing streak, they're probably going to put Justin Herbert in. But I want Herbert to sit as long as we can let him. I think that developmental phase, giving him proper time to prepare, is very important for a quarterback. I want to see him sit as long as we can, but I do think he's probably going to start somewhere around the middle of the season, in my opinion. Do you think Ron Rivera will go for Cam Newton? Maybe he does. I don't know. It depends on what happens with Dwayne Haskins. If Dwayne Haskins comes out and really sucks the first month of the NFL season, I can definitely see him looking at Cam's direction because he knows him. I think he still believes in him for sure. Okay, going back down here to the new ones, guys. Turns out I've been Chargers fan since I like sports because I always liked blue team. Now I'm a diehard. That's good reason, man. Welcome, man. No bad reason to ever become a Chargers fan. Lawrence Taylor, 94 speed card art. That would be kind of crazy. He's coming soon, man. I feel that Lawrence Taylor's coming to Madden very soon. Haven't been to one either. I was going to go to a game versus the Broncos 2018, but stuff happened. Yeah, that's just life, man. And that's just how it goes. Just make it when you can. And I feel it's more important this year that I go. I want to be there for the first year of our new stadium, the new look, the new era of Chargers football. I'm really going to push to go this year. But yeah, I mean, it's life. That's life. You know what I mean? What are the team cams for the new power-ups coming tomorrow? I know Burleson played for a couple of different teams. I know Sean Phillips had played for like the Titans and the Broncos and stuff like that. I don't know, man. I have to look at it. The one that I'm really excited about is Cordell Stewart, who does get Bears cam. Those guys need a quarterback so bad. Let's see. When do you think LT will get a card? Probably next year. Hey, director, I saw Joshua Kelly and knew he would be good. I'm an Arizona State fan. He killed us in October. Yeah, he's got a lot of potential, Joshua Kelly. Do not sleep on Joshua Kelly at all. Do you think we need a deep threat wide receiver 3 now that Travis Benjamin is gone? I still do think we need somebody with a lot of speed. I do think Joe Reed could fill that hole. He has a lot of developing to do. He doesn't play the outside super well, but he does have some speed on him. He's definitely more of a special teamer. So I do still see the Chargers as needing like a reliable deep threat, but I do think that Mike Williams is up to the task as well. He's a little bit slower. He's more of a possession guy, but he's definitely got that length where when you see him going down the field, you know, on a streak or something, you've got to pay attention to it because that 50-50 ball could go his way, any pass, any down. You know what I mean? Haven't been a sports game forever, okay? I think I like about Herbert the most is his intelligence and the fact that he seems like such a perfectionist. That's good. You know, there's so much to like about Justin Herbert. Some people get the impression that all Chargers fans are not great with Justin Herbert because we could have gotten Isaiah Simmons and all this and that. No, man, Justin Herbert, he's going to be great. There's so many pros and cons, but I think the pros outweigh the cons in my mind. People, when you look at the top like 3 or 4 prospects at quarterback in the draft, people get so nitpicky. You know what I mean? They want the perfect, lowest risk potential guy. The reality of the situation is you're going to have Mitch Trubisky's in every single draft. Who knows how, you know, Joe Burrow performs? Who knows how, you know, Tua Tagovailoa performs? There's always a couple of guys that are picked, you know, 2 or 3 later that perform way better than we thought they would. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to back Justin Herbert. He's my quarterback. You know what I mean? And I think that people, especially Chargers fans, not docking anybody, we all need to come together and support our team. You know what I mean? The decision has been made. Justin Herbert is our quarterback. And some of us may not be super happy about it. But at the same time, he's our quarterback. We got to support him. You know, and I'm super hyped about Justin Herbert. I really am. I see a lot of potential in the guy. And I'm really excited to see him get the start at some point. John McClure says, happy birthday, J-Dog. Hey, thank you so much, man. How do you feel with Rodgers going to the Chargers? That'd be crazy. I don't know if I want that cap. You know, Rodgers has shown some decline, but he's still a great quarterback. He ought to just stay in Green Bay, man. I know the same thing's happening to him that happened to Brett Favre, but he's got to stay in Green Bay. That's what he's got to do. Let's see. Just getting here. Love your channel. Do you think the Chargers have done enough to compete this upcoming season? I do. Specifically defense. Kenneth Murray, such a bigger signing that most people realize. Kenneth Murray is like that final, he's our Bobby Wagner, you know what I mean? Maybe a little less good in coverage, but he's just going to be sideline to sideline everywhere. That's why some people are calling the Chargers the Legion of Boom 2.0, because our defense is so complete, it's stupid crazy, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I think we can compete this year, specifically if we can get our offense at a decent tempo. I think our defense is going to be really hard to go up against for any opposing team this year. Var will have Niners and Raiders cameo. He will. New cards in Madden Ultimate Team, guys. Kind of crazy we got that this morning. I did not think that would happen. How do you think the Jack Boys are? Jack Boys looking crazy, man. It's the reincarnate of the no-fly zone out in Denver. And we got one of those boys on with us, too. Chris Harris Jr. It's going to be crazy. Random question. Do you watch anime? I do not watch anime. But I don't hate anime. You know, if my friends want me to sit and watch something, I'll sit and watch it. It's not necessarily my thing. I think the closest thing to anime I loved growing up was Pokemon. But I'm not a hater. I don't watch it as much. There's a couple movies I really like in anime. What was that one that I just watched a couple months ago? The Spirited Away. That was really good. You know what I mean? But I don't watch it, you know, religiously or anything like that. Would you love to go to SoFi Stadium to see the Chargers? And I live in Arizona. Yeah, I would love to go. That's my plan. I'm going to try and get my butt out there to go see a Chargers game this year. I'm a Bears fan. Do you remember Alshon, Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte days? Yes, I do, man. Alshon, he had kind of one good year. Brandon Marshall, I'm a huge fan of. Matt Forte, my wife was a huge fan of. She loved his play. Yeah, I do like the good old-fashioned Bears. What is your favorite Charger of all time? Hard question for me to ask, or for me to answer, man. It's probably Junior Seau, but I didn't get to watch him very much. I was too young, you know what I mean? LaDainian Tomlinson is probably my favorite player as well, so that's probably just, you know, 1A, 1B for me is Tomlinson and Seau. Do you think the NFL draft item from EA's list might mean we get position heroes get delayed? No, I don't think so. I think those are going to come out as planned. You know, they work on stuff way ahead of time, in my opinion, so I'm thinking that, yeah, that we're going to get those the day that they meant to. Favorite Star Wars movie? That's also a big question, man. I think for me, it's still the original. A New Hope, 1977, Episode 4, now that they're calling it. That's definitely probably my favorite still. That scene where they go down in the trench of the Death Star, you know, with the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters, and, you know, Luke's going down there to shoot the Death Star. That's one of the scenes that I saw immediately as a kid, and I decided I want to be a filmmaker. You know what I mean? I had a pretty lucrative career in filmmaking. I'm not done with it. You know, I'm doing YouTube. That's kind of my career right now. But I've done so many films, like actual movies. and I plan to go back to it at some point. I got a whole movie set in my garage right now that for a movie that we're planning on filming. It's huge, it's massive, but it's on the back burner until we can get some more funding and stuff like that. But probably my favorite movie is going to be A New Hope. Joe Reed's going to be a great kick returner. Yes, he is. That's what we drafted him to be. That's a great observation. I think most people need to know that he's going to be a kick return kind of guy. Going down here to some of the newer comments. Happy birthday, says Justin Yokley. Thank you so much, man. I think Tyrod's underrated. I think there's potential there. What movies have you made? A lot of short films. A lot of short films. If you guys go to SeachFilms.com, or Seach Films on YouTube, I should say, you'll find a lot of my actual movies. So, probably the easiest way to find me is to search Knights of the Old Republic live action. I did a movie with actually that costume right there. That's from the movie about Knights of the Old Republic, and that's what we won that trophy up from. Lucasfilm gave us that trophy at one of their film festivals in San Diego. Actually, that one was in LA, actually. And very, very cool times, man. Very, very cool times. I think that's one of my only movies that got over 1 million hits. I think it's got like 1.5 million views or something like that. Love the channel, man. Happy birthday. Defense wins championships. Love Herbert developed behind Tyrod. Yep. Hope the defense stays healthy and compete. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is health. Got to make sure everybody sit and pray every night that the Chargers remain healthy. That's the one thing that I'm really worried about. Opinion of the last episode of Clone Wars. I'm waiting to watch it. I got a bunch of buddies to come over today. I'm all caught up minus the finale. We're all going to watch it together here tonight for my birthday. Eat some steakums. You know what I mean? Eat some steakums. Have some broccoli and some chips and dip and all the good stuff. We're going to watch it together. Kenneth Murray's the steal of the draft, went under the radar, and he's a beast. Yeah, people don't realize how big Kenneth Murray's going to be to this defense. He's honestly... Everybody wanting Isaiah Simmons. He's going to be a beast on the Cardinals, man. But I think Kenneth Murray fit our defense better. Because we already have Isaiah Simmons on our team in Derwin James. You know what I mean? So I think we're with Kenneth Murray being a true, like the best true linebacker of the draft. Someone that can stop the run, who's like been a huge problem for us in the past several years. I think that was the best move for us. So GG to the Chargers. That was a great, great pickup. How do you feel about the Saints next year? They could win it all. I mean, they're one of those teams for the last, 5-6 years where I'm like, they could win the Super Bowl. Like, if I'm putting bets down, I think I'm going to bet on the Saints. Like, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Is the Chargers D top 5? They were top 5 last year. I think they're going to be top 3 this year. I really do. You look at our depth chart, man, it's a ridiculous defense. And we got so much cap going into next year, it's probably going to get even better. So I think the Chargers top 3 defense this year. Chargers are the unluckiest team in the league, agree. When it comes to injuries, I cannot disagree with you there. So I'm hoping, guys, this new era has broken some sort of curse, that maybe one of the Spanos men, slapped a gypsy or something in the past. Hopefully that gets broken. We got to carry, I don't know, Tom Telesco up the mountain and sing to him while he drinks from the stream kind of situation. If only the woodpecker sang or whatever that is. We got to break that curse somehow. I'm hoping that this is the year it gets broken. Last year I got Mike Williams and Keenan Allen to sign my football. There you go, man. I want to go to training camp too. That would be so much fun, man. I want to go to training camp and see the Chargers, meet them face to face. I think I might freak out Joey Bosa a little bit. Oh my God, it's Joey Bosa! Get some sort of restraining order from the Chargers organization right there and then, but I'll contain myself. That would be a lot of fun to go to training camp. Let's see. What's your favorite Chargers jersey that I own? My powder blue Junior Seau jersey. Bottom line, my powder blue Junior Seau jersey. My wife got that for my birthday, for Christmas or something. Not too far back. That's my favorite jersey right now. Definitely. Who's better, Kellan, Gates or Winslow? That's not a fair question, man. 1A, 1B. And I'm not telling you which one goes in A or B. Which defensive pickup this offseason? It's probably Antonio Gates. Which defensive pickup this offseason are you most excited for? Honestly, Chris Harris Jr. is like the obvious pick here, but I'm really excited about Linval Joseph, dude. Like, our run D has been so bad for so many years, and that's what Linval Joseph was brought in to do, is stop the run. So, I mean, that's it, man. I think Linval Joseph's probably my pick right there on defense. Kind of crazy. What made you want to start making YouTube videos? How did you get started? So I've actually been on YouTube for a couple of years now. It just kind of started as a hobby. You know what I mean? So what's funny is that I spent a lot of time in San Diego with my auntie. She lived out there. I would go out there every summer, but I don't live out there. I won't tell you guys where I live, but at the same time, it's not in San Diego. All right. And there's not a lot of Chargers fans out here where I live. So the reason I started the Chargers stuff is so I'd have somebody to talk to, you guys, about Chargers football. It's a huge passion of mine in life. That's why I started the Chargers stuff. Why I started the channel initially was for Madden. I'm also super into Madden Ultimate Team. Some people don't like that. They say, it ruined the game and stuff like that. I get it. It's still, it's my vice. I love Madden Ultimate Team. I love being able to build that team. I think the first year I got into Madden Ultimate Team, I I saw some of the Chargers legends, and I was like, I get to play with those guys, and I was like all in after that. So I started it for the Chargers, and then the past 2 months, I started doing it daily, you know, as my job. Because again, I got laid off during the whole pandemic, and I was like, you know what, instead of being freaked out and, you know, panicking, I'm gonna put my head down and make this dream happen, because I've been wanting to get into YouTube professionally for a long time. I just didn't have the opportunity, because I used to do a lot of commercials. At my job, I worked for a branch of a food company that did social media services and digital products that I would go out and shoot down in our capital all the time, and I would go out there once a week and direct commercials and to actually edit them as well, and then send them out to our social media team. And after that went down, I was like, I do want to do YouTube. Let's do it professionally. I think our defense is 2015 Broncos defense 2.0. It could be. I'm seeing more of the Seahawks. The Chargers want to be the Seahawks. They've shifted to that scheme a long time ago, and they've really been sticking to it, but that's a good example as well. Director Training Camp Roxy. I want to go out there so bad, dude. Is there any specific player that you will have a breakout season? Doesn't have to be a rookie. Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams, it's hard to say breakout, because last year and the year before, he's just so good. But I think that the style of play that Anthony Lynn wants, I don't know, man. I have a feeling about Mike Williams. I think he's going to have, like, you know, one of those seasons where he starts becoming one of the best wide receivers in the league, and at least, you know, viewed that way too. You know what I mean? Because it takes a while for wide receivers to develop. We picked up his 5th-year option. I think they see something in him. I think Mike Williams could be really, really exciting to watch here in the future. Who's your favorite quarterback of all time? My favorite quarterback of all time, it's Phillip Rivers, man. I mean, I was trying to think if there's like anybody I used to watch before Phillip Rivers. No, Phillip Rivers is my favorite quarterback of all time growing up. Yeah, that's got to be it. The Bolo tie will always live forever as a Charger in my heart. Do you like the uniforms? Absolutely, dude. I love everything they're doing out there in LA. I love everything. I love the whole new vibe, the whole new look, you know, the new era. It's very exciting. I'm a huge fan of all that. Got Hunter Henry signed a football from his rookie of the year. That's awesome, man. I love Hunter Henry too. I was so upset that year that he got hurt and we didn't get to see him the rest of the year. Any thoughts on the new stadium? I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to open this year, but I want to be there if it is. Way too early playoff predictions. That's tough. The teams that stand out to me, obviously the Chiefs. They just won the Super Bowl. The Ravens, I think, again. I don't know, man. That's a big question. I'll have to sit and like really write it down. The Chargers, I do think, have a chance, but we're really in a tough division to get into the. I think it would have to be through a wild card. We could definitely run through the Chiefs if we like figure out how to stop Mahomes, which we might have. But yeah, that's tough. I really want to beat Mahomes. That's like my biggest thing as a Chargers fan every year right now, is I want to thump Mahomes. I want to go in there that game that Mike Williams caught the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to seal it. One of the best experiences I've ever had as a Chargers fan. I want that again. That's kind of my goal. Our navy blue was awesome. Put uniforms until 2019. Our current ones with the powder blue is pretty good. Yeah, I've always loved the powder blues, even the old school ones. Hey man, once again, happy birthday, love your vids, and gonna head out. Sounds good, man. Thank you so much for stopping in, man. Thank you so much for stopping in. We're gonna start winding down here in just a second too. Director, you need to hook up my Bears wide receiver draft pick, Darnell Mooney. He's so fast. Yeah, there's a lot of this year's wide receiver class was insane. Do you have an Instagram? Yeah, at Kiwi_filmmaker. Kiwi_filmmaker is where you'll find me on Instagram. I just started pushing it. So I was like, if I'm going to start doing this professionally, I better get on Instagram. So that's where you'll find me. Kiwi_filmmaker. I think Mike Williams will be a Pro Bowler. That's what I'm thinking, dude. That's why I think that Mike Williams could be our breakout player this season. I think he could definitely be a Pro Bowler. What do you think of the new stadium? Do you like the Jedi or Sith more? I'm a good boy. I'm gonna be a Jedi kid till I die. What's your favorite receiver? My favorite receiver right now in the league, Keenan Allen. You know, I'm a huge Mike Williams fan, but Keenan Allen's a beast, dude. And if I'm looking outside my Chargers bias, Julio Jones. You know, outside my Chargers team. Happy birthday. Just want to drop in and say hi real quick. Hey, thank you so much, Ace Volvex. Thank you so much, man. What is favorite Madden of all time? Probably Madden. It was either 12 or 13. I think it was 13, my favorite Madden of all time. That was where I was like really getting into Madden and Ultimate Team and all that kind of stuff. I think that was the one. Phillip Rivers' son was my best friend. They had to leave like Rivers and get. Yeah, dude, that's kind of. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Like the Rivers family seem like legit human beings. What are your thoughts on the Chargers sharing a stadium with the Rams? I've been preparing for it emotionally ever since they said that we might be sharing one with the Raiders. So the best case scenario that we didn't share one with the Raiders out in Carson, I'm happy with the Rams. That's okay, and I think we can The Rams have like slowly like destroyed themselves over the last couple of years, where I don't think they're the team in LA anymore. So I think the Chargers will be the team in LA. I don't hate it at all, man. It's a cool new stadium too. I'm excited to go check it out. I mentioned the Chargers traded the draft pick for Bobby Wagner from Seattle. I think we got a really, really close resemblance to him, man, in Kenneth Murray. Not as good in coverage, obviously, but man, he's so cool. How old are you? I'm in my late 20s, man. That's all I'll say. I'm in my late 20s. Which Charger rookie other than Herbert are you most excited about? Definitely Kenneth Murray. And outside of those two, I think Alohi Gilman's going to go under the radar, and I think he's going to be awesome. Obviously, a little biased there, but at the same time, if we get another Sean Phillips out of that kid, he could be pretty cool, man. Just saying. We missed the, okay, Trump Monkey, I will get back to you here in just a second. I think we can win the division this year. We deserve it. Who do you think will be the best player out of the draft? This year, definitely Chase Young, man. Chase Young is a freak. I mean, those edge rushers, you always see them go super high because people are super high on them and they have a lot of potential. I do think that he's definitely going to be the best player out of this draft once again. I think that's definitely the pattern that we've been seeing for years. The best route runner in the league, definitely Keenan Allen. Pick up Jason Peters. Yes, we should pick up Jason Peters. I think, he's a short-term commitment. I think we can get him under our cap. And I think if we can complete that offensive line, it'll give, whoever, Tyrod Taylor or Justin Herbert, the best chance to succeed. What was the most shocking free agency move for the Chargers? I think outside the Chargers, it was the Panthers cutting Cam Newton. I couldn't believe that. I was like, oh my gosh. Just even out of respect for what he's done for their team, it kind of shocked me. For the Chargers, it was us getting Chris Harris Jr. That's such a good price too, man. Absolutely crazy. The kind of contract that he was allowed, or that he signed with us. Very, very friendly towards the team. All right, guys, we're going to start winding down. Are you mad we did not draft any offensive linemen? I think we had bigger needs. Quarterback, obviously. Linebacker, obviously. Those are probably the two biggest ones that we did address. And offensive line, I think we can probably aim for next year. And that's fine by me. You know what I mean? Get Jason Peters to plug that hole for one season and go pick up his replacement next season. I don't hate that strategy at all. Let's see. Powder Blues are the orange jersey to my Bears. Okay. Do you think Tom Brady still has it in him to go to the playoffs? Possibly. I think honestly that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team could definitely take him to the playoffs. Do you think they'll bring back Melvin Ingram next year? I don't think so, man. I mean, I want them to really, really bad. I think they should if they don't already have a replacement out there for him. I think some people are saying Uchenna Nwosu might be taking his spot right there at right end, but I don't know, man. It's difficult to say. I hope that we keep him, though. Were you upset we passed on Simmons, then Tua was off the board? I mean, you guys can see my live reaction. We live streamed the entire draft, and definitely kind of crazy. I did want Simmons pretty bad, but after taking a couple of days to sit back and let it marinate with me a little bit, I was like, okay, they had a plan going in, they executed. Kind of like that scene. I don't know why this is still here on my studio. Kind of like that scene from this movie right here, Draft Day. You guys remember this movie? Awesome movie if you haven't checked it out already. I watch it every single year on Draft Day. Kevin Costner has all these people screaming at him in the war room, right? And he has this sticky note that he wrote weeks back. And it says, this player no matter what. And he has it clutched in his fist. And when they trade up for the first overall pick, there's all this drama. And he still goes with his gut. The original plan. And that's kind of what I felt like this season. I was like, cool, they had their guy. I think maybe it wasn't even a guy. It was just like quarterback no matter what or whatever like that. So you never know. I don't know. I like it. Let's see. We're winding down here, guys. Couple more questions and then we're going to end the stream, all right? We need to lock Keenan Allen and Bosa. Yes, we do. Let's see. What do you think of Tillery? A couple of more years, I think I'll give Tillery. I think honestly, until his rookie season if his rookie contract is up, he needs a lot of developing. He needed more than I thought he did initially, but he could definitely develop here in the next couple of seasons. What does Herbert's resemblance of you in the NFL? So his comparison in the NFL for me is probably going to be like Carson Wentz. Maybe a little faster. I don't know. I think Carson Wentz really screams to me as kind of the comparison for Justin Herbert, in my opinion. Thoughts on Nasir Adderley? Give him the start. He had so much. He was like a potential first rounder last year. Give Nasir Adderley the start. There's talk of Desmond King going up to the safety position. No. And now, we've got Alohi Gilman out there playing that Sean Phillips role, or the Adrian Phillips role. No. Just give Nasir Adderley the start. Happy birthday from Loyal. Thank you so much, Loyal 49ers fan. Really appreciate it. Full Bears theme team. Play me for a vid. If I've got time, man. I've been really busy these last couple of weeks. I apologize. Just hit me up on Twitter, and let me know, and I'll let you guys know too. And of our free agents next year, what three do you want to keep the most? Bosa, number 1. Keenan Allen, number 2. This is where it gets tough, man. I think we got to keep Hunter Henry. I hate that because I don't want to give up Melvin Ingram, but I think those would be my top 3. All right, guys, last couple of here. Harrison Hayward outside with King is a nickel cornerback. Yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. What do you think about Jalen Ramsey to the Chargers? I don't know if we need him anymore. I know he really wants to play with Derwin James, but our secondary is so stacked right now. I don't know if we need him. What do you think about Kenneth Murray? One of the best pickups by this team in years. Trading back up to get him. I think, honestly, he's going to fit this defense so well. Will Justin Herbert have time to be successful in the future? Rams fan here. Yes, he will. We just need to play it smart. I think, again, the strategy to go out with is what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith. Remember, they let him sit, for a year. He came out on fire. That's kind of what I hope happens, but I get it if we have to push him in maybe like halfway through the season. All right, man, here we go. Should they cut Perryman? Maybe. It is a possibility. Is a possibility. With that, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody out here on the chat. Really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, both from the Chargers fans and the Madden Ultimate Team fans. I really appreciate all you guys coming out here together to help grow this channel with me. I'm super honored that I have a platform at all to talk about my passions. Nobody out here that I know likes Madden Ultimate Team. Nobody out here that I know likes the Chargers. So this is my platform to share this passion of mine with you guys, and it's been such an honor representing both the Chargers and Madden with you fine people out there on YouTube. Well, with that, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. Like and sub if you feel inclined to do so. The small amount of time you guys do to take to do that really helps me out. And guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna go have some fun on my birthday. I'm gonna go eat some good food, watch some Star Wars, and have a good time. Much love to everybody out there. We'll see you next time, and as always, stay frosty.